Good evening, everybody. We're going to get started right away. My name is Sylvia Athey. I am a rank 10 prover with Pruvit. And we are going to be talking and training tonight on team hacks, how to approach people about being a promoter, when to just take cues, do's and don'ts. And but first, we're going to do some recognition. Got a huge list, which is super exciting. That means people are crushing it. Can everybody hear me okay? Thumbs up. We good? All right, sweet. Okay, so Missy Ewing Sipe, always showing up and being all in. Bella Butcher, taking massive action and being coachable. Jade Covert, showing up, playing full out, being coachable. Being coachable is huge, you guys. Joanna Hernandez, Catherine Cox, Patricia Cook for committing to Epic, which means it's going to totally change their business. That's another playing full out move. Let's see here. Rochelle Sandberg, showing up, engaging new invites to mixers. Way to go, Rochelle. That is awesome. Heather Harold for always showing up, being super coachable. Ryan Steenberg for leveraging teammates and his coach for growing his own personal team. Let's see here. We have several Canadians on the board tonight. Melissa Farrar, Heather Huber, Colette Owens, Coralie Kraus, Susan Sneed, Mabel Pletch, I hope I pronounced that properly, Brenda Ackerman, Lene Kerr. These people are just crushing the conversation, playing full out. Looks like Lene has done 20 10 days. She's gotten 20 10 days out so far this month. So way to go. That's freaking awesome. And then we also have Kayla Kelly, who we want to recognize these people because they went to both Keto Academy and more. Keto Academy more and LCD. And when they went, so Kayla was rank 4 when she went to Keto Academy. This time this month, both her and her teammate Katie Stetschel-T, I hope I pronounced that right, are both now back at rank 4, and Katie just went rank 4. So congratulations to you both for really pouring into your business and showing up to the events, because we know that that really does make a huge difference. Also, Amanda Tootin and Brianna Payne just both went to Keto Academy and more, came out on fire, crushing their own business, which is really a huge deal, you guys. These events really do make a huge difference in growing you personally, and growing your organization and growing your belief in the company. So way to go for showing up, playing full out, not having any excuses. And then also would like to recognize Megan Creviston for just being a great team player, stepping into her own power and just really honing in on personal development, being a leader and just really helping out tremendously. Way to go. And also want to recognize Jesse J. Anderson, who went to Keto Academy and more. Her and her husband, which it was his actual first time, I think, ever even trying ketones at Keto Academy and more, and she's been in the business for a little over a year, I believe, and they both left there with the most life-changing experience, and like they have just been playing full out 200% into their business ever since they walked out of there. And I know I'll see them at the Better Weekend coming up here soon. So congratulations, you guys. Super proud of you all. All right, so let's just move and transition right into what we're talking about tonight. So how do you build a team, and what do you look for, and how do you look to, find promoters, or just transition people maybe from being a customer to a promoter? So, first things first is every person, no matter like who they are, no matter whether they've been in network marketing before, no matter whether they've never done anything like this before, they always start with a 5 or 10 day, no matter what. That is really the key to having success with this. When I first got started with this, it was with a 10-day, and I used the product for several months, and I had an incredible life-changing experience. And that's what really led me to just be so passionate about this conversation that when I decided to take that leap, I was 1,000,000% in. I, just could not sleep, breathe, walk without ketones because they changed my life so much. And that passion spills over into what you're doing. So start them always with a 5 or 10 day. While they're in that 5 or 10 day, you want to be asking them questions. You want to be engaging with them. You want to be really finding out, like, what do they really want? Because, you know, I started the product looking to have a weight loss transformation, but I am an entrepreneur at heart. So I'm always looking for an opportunity, right? And so asking them questions, you really want to get to know someone. You don't want to just get someone. Nobody wants to be got. Nobody wants to be approached with the intention that all you want from them is something that's going to serve you. So asking them questions, find out what their needs are. You know, they might be approaching you, like I said, from a place of like, they're lethargic, but on the flip side of that, maybe that them being lethargic is coming more from emotional exhaustion because they're broke at the end of payday. There's more month left than there is paycheck. You know, maybe that exhaustion is coming in from that place. Maybe, you know, they're struggling with their weight because they're stress eating because of whatever type of situation. Could be financial again. It could just be like they don't have enough time on their hands. It could be they're going through relational issues. It could be tons of different things. So really just, you know, kind of, they call it Ford, where it's actually a technique where you find out like friends, relationships, what their goals are, things like that. You can look it up, FORD, but that's just a great way to kind of get conversations started with people to really find out what are their needs. Asking them, you know, are you happy with your finances right now? Are you fulfilled with your job? There's so many people who went to college, got a degree, and they hate their job. They hate it. They are desperate for change. They are desperate for a way out. So here's a good question for, you know, moms especially, because moms really want to feel connected. Women really want to feel connected. They have this emotional need to be a part of, you know, something. And so, you know, do you have a great support group? We have an incredible support group with Pruvit. We have an incredible team atmosphere. And so that is something, just finding out who that person is. What do they need? What are they looking for? Because I guarantee you, when you hit on that emotional topic of what a person really needs, that's all it takes from there. So once you know, get those questions answered, and you don't have to ask questions like that all in one setting, you know, take your time. Hey, you got your 10 day today. Today is going to be day 1. Like, let me know how you feel at the end of today. By day 3, you could be noticing and experiencing XYZ. So on day 3, you're like, so let me ask you a couple questions, and you're just getting to know that person. By the end of their 5 or 10 day, you can ask them a question similar to this. If I could share with you an opportunity that could help you with your XYZ situation, would you be interested in hearing about it? It's that simple. You're asking them, are they interested in the opportunity? Yes or no. And do pair them up with third-party resources. So as you're asking those people those questions and they're in that transition, or maybe they're outside of 5-10 day and they're a customer, and you think, oh my gosh, this person could be amazing at being a promoter, you want to third-party resource them. And that doesn't have to be via a person. We have incredible stories on Inspire On videos. Utilize those. All it takes is, oh my gosh, I was watching this video and I totally thought of you. Send it to them in a message. You can also use other provers. So if you know somebody who's had an incredible weight loss transformation, if you know somebody who Pruvit has completely changed their life and they have a phenomenal testimony, like, partner them up, message that person and say, hey, could I open up a 3-way message with you? Your story is inspiring. It's similar to, you know, my potential promoter. So you want to keep your ears open for cues. That's another big one. If you see people talking about financial issues, or you hear them talking about financial issues, if they are asking you questions like, well, what's the difference between being a customer and a promoter? That's not when you just want to overload on them. Like, oh my gosh, being a promoter would be so incredible. And you're going to make $10,000 a month. That's when you want to really find out, like, what's driving them to ask that question. Why do they want to know? Because underneath that question is a need. It's a emotional attachment that they're trying to see, could this be right for me? So be a good listener, and don't be so quick to just word vomit all over them. And, take those cues and just be like, well, that's interesting. What would be interesting to you about being a promoter? Like, what would the benefits you be looking for? If they're liking a lot of your posts, if you have somebody who's constantly liking your posts, go ask them, hey, I see that you're always liking my posts. Are you by chance interested in learning more about this opportunity? If you have a customer who has a lot of referrals, if you have a customer who has more than 2 people as a referral under their link, they need to be getting in a 3-way conversation. They need to be approached. They need to be asked, hey, are you interested? Like, go do some research on their page, see what their life is like, and try to figure out, like, would this be something that would be beneficial to them, and approach it from that perspective. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to harass people. You don't want to just be out there like, oh my God, you would be such a great promoter on my team, or, oh my gosh, I'm looking for one more promoter to hit a promotion. You don't want to do that to people, because that is going to turn people off. They're not just another number. So you want to always make sure that you're, approaching people with respect and just being, thoughtful of what's going on in their life. Do not beg people to join your team. Do not bribe people to join your team. That's the number one no-no. It happens, but it is so tasteless. Nobody wants to be like, if you sign up today, I'm gonna, give you $500, or I'm gonna give you this or that. There is a time, of course, where you could throw out a little incentive to somebody, but what I'm talking more about is like, you're really just begging somebody to sign up, and you're trying to do anything that you can to get them there. Chances are, if you have to do that much convincing, that person isn't going to do anything on your team anyways. You want people who've had an incredible experience with the product, who are literally like mind blown and cannot live without this. Those are going to be the best advocates for Pruvit for your team. Anything that has to do with convincing never works. It just never does, because you might end up getting them to sign up. They're not going to do a single thing. So, and then last, what I want to talk about is mindset. So mindset around growing your business is truly, in my opinion, and I've seen it in my own business, it's about 95% of you growing your business. If you walk around and you say, I'm so good at signing customers, but I just can't get any promoters. Well, that's what you're speaking out to the universe. That is what you are saying. I don't want any promoters. If you walk around, just talking and speaking negative, like if you're saying things like, well, I just really love ketones, but the company just da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like you're basically saying, I don't want to grow this business. Yes, Amy, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. I can't, get anybody in a 3-way because I'm too busy. I can't hold a mixer because I'm too busy. I can't, reach out to 5 people a day because I'm too busy. Your mindset is going to really determine the type of people that you attract to your business. If you are enthusiastic and you believe wholeheartedly in this opportunity, and there's not a single thing that could sway you from believing otherwise, you are going to attract those type of people to your organization. If you are a negative person and you're complaining all day long and you're always broke and you're always this and you're always that, that's what you're putting out there. So why would anybody want to join your team? If you're posting negative things on your page, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't ever post negative things. I don't ever post controversial things. You can have your own opinion, but all of that is tied into kind of the mindset behind things. So if you're posting negative things, nobody wants to partner up with somebody who's negative. Nobody wants to partner up with somebody who complains all the time. You want to be a person who has resources, who has fun, who has excitement, who, that's my timer, countdown happening, who, just is positive. So some tips about mindset that have worked in my business through and through and through is sitting down and setting out your intention. If you feel like you're in a negative spot right now, then you need to shift that. You need to literally get out a pen and paper, get out a sticky pad, get out whatever, and start writing the opposite. I'm so happy and thankful that my business is flourishing. I'm so happy and thankful that I'm leading an incredible organization. I'm so happy and thankful that I'm attracting happy, positive people who have drive and determination, who want to see their life changed. So you can write things out. Get on YouTube. Listen to inspirational videos. Listen to podcasts. Get on Amazon. Order audiobooks. There's so many personal development opportunities out there that will really, truly change everything for you. Another thing that I want to touch on about mindset is that if you have a broke mindset, if you are walking around, thinking and feeling that you're undeserving of making money, or that you're just broke, like broke. All you think, all you see, all you hear is just, there's another bill, there's another expense. That's what you're attracting into your life, is more of that. So that's another thing, is like sitting down and writing out, I'm so happy and thankful. All of my debt is paid in full. I'm so happy and thankful that my finances are in abundance. I'm so happy and thankful that I have $5,000 in my savings account, that, my car is paid off. Like, you have to shift your mindset around that, because if you don't, you will attract broke mindset people, and your entire organization will just be people who complain all the time, who don't really want to change their life, who don't want to work, who don't see a solution. They just see a problem. So with that, I am going to leave you guys with a call to action to finish out this night. And that's going to be, go ask 10 customers of yours that are already customers if they know 5 to 10 friends who would want to try ketones with them. So reaching out to them, asking them, hey, I was just curious, do you know 5 to 10 people who would want to experience this ketogenic journey with you? Yes or no? You're just asking them a question. If you don't have 10 customers and you have 2, reach out to those 2. Do what you can do. Reach out to who you have. If you don't have any customers, that's okay too. Reach out to some potential customers and just say, hey, would you be interested in learning how to get your ketone experience for free? All right. Next is message 5 people. 5 people who you've been observing, 5 people who you think would be a good fit with this, and just simply say, if I shared with you an opportunity to make some extra Christmas money, would you be interested in hearing about it? Christmas is a big time where people start to get stressed out, right? We can utilize this incredible ketone Pruvit opportunity to help change somebody's Christmas, to help change somebody's life, to make sure that they're not going into debt over Christmas and ending January with a ton of credit card debt. So once again, I'll just repeat it in case you didn't write it down or didn't have time. Go ask 10 customers, do you know 5 to 10 friends who would want to try ketones with you? You can change up the wording if you want to suit it to yourself, but you get the gist of the question. And then message 5 people who you would want to be a promoter on your team and say, if I shared with you an opportunity to make some extra Christmas cash, would you be interested in hearing about it? So that's all I have for you guys tonight. Please definitely get on, tune in to the Champion Success Zoom that's going to be happening here in 10 minutes, because we have an incredible story, an incredible testimony, and I can't wait for you all to hear it. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.